Alright guys, we're ready to take on Ganon's castle, and we're so close to the end of the game. You can just ignore these beamos and go straight through the door. So straight ahead is where we need to be, but there's 6 barriers that you have to destroy first. And then each barrier, as you can see, has a medallion in front of it, so they represent each of the 6 medallions and temples. And as far as the order goes for destroying them, you have to do the shadow barrier before the light and the fire barriers, but other than that, it doesn't really matter. But I usually just get the shadow barrier out of the way first, because it has an item in it. And as you can see, it kind of resembles the shadow temple. So equip your hover boots and your fire arrows. The first thing you want to do is light that torch to your right with a fire arrow. And then that'll make some platforms appear. You can hover across and avoid that bubble. And then ignore the leg lake. And you should be able to make it to this platform before the time runs out. And next you can get out your Lens of Truth. You'll see a platform here. You can hover over and press the switch down here. And long shot to that chest over here. And this is the only special item in Ganon's castle. You get the golden gauntlet, so just a better version of the silver gauntlets. So now you can lift even heavier things. Okay, well, next turn on your Lens of Truth again, and then follow this pathway. Then hover over to this rusted switch and hit it with your hammer. And that'll open the door. I'm just gonna go back around because I think that's safer. You can break those jars to refill arrows, hearts, or magic jars. And then the end of every barrier stage will look like this. You just need to shoot this with a light arrow. And then Info will appear. And she'll destroy the shadow barrier for you. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you have to do for the barriers. It's not too hard, they're all just incredibly short versions of the temples. Well, now that I have the golden gauntlets, there's actually a great fairy I can go see. And she's located outside of the castle. I'm going to go ahead and go see her now, because now's as good a time as any. And I highly recommend that you see this great fairy, because the spell that she gives is very helpful. There's a gold skull tool back here, and what the heck, I'll just get it, even though I don't really need it. And with the golden gauntlets, Link is a big macho man, and he can pick this thing up. Okay, so now your defensive power is enhanced. That means that the damage you take by enemies will be reduced by half. That's very helpful. And of course, it's unfortunate that they give it to you at the end of the game, but it'll still be useful for the final battles. And now your hearts have a white outline around them. Alright, so now I need to destroy the remaining 5 barriers. And then now it doesn't matter whatsoever what order you do them in. I think I'm gonna do the light barrier now because it's pretty short and I should be able to fit it in this video. And you can use your golden gauntlets to reveal the entrance. So of course this barrier is gonna be a little bit strange because we didn't actually go through a light temple. Good thing the pieces didn't land on his head. Okay, so once you enter this room, there's going to be some invisible enemies. I'm not even going to bother taking out my lens of truth, so you can just easily Z-target. In the center of the room, there's a big Skulltula, and then there's some keys on these treasure chests. Which, once again, I would not open because some of them are traps. This puzzle isn't too hard to figure out. And then in this room you have 1 minute to collect all 5 of the silver rupees. The first one is on that platform, as you can see. Struggling with the hookshot target. But it doesn't really matter. This is really it's a pretty easy room and 1 minute is more than enough time to collect the rupees. That's a fake wall, I can walk right through it. And then now the light barrier is destroyed. And that's all for now, and next time we will destroy a few more barriers. See you later.